cadre. I like the way Major Rich from the cadre. Well, hello friends. Just very pleasant to hear every time. Not in my den. Welcome to Ritz-Carlton, Half Moon Bay. Here for the weekend. No, this is not how we roll. I'll explain that in a minute, how we get to stay here. We'll be using CBL Alpine. And I went with a mild shave. We got the Timeless with my Wilkinson sword blades. This is one of my most efficient yet most mild shaves. I mentioned before that usually my travel shaves seem to not go as well as shaves at home. And I bring the same stuff. You can see I got same brush, same bowl, nice razor, nice soap. So I think a lot of it has to do with water quality. I don't know what hotels do in terms of water treatment, but when I've had good travel shaves, they've been from like Airbnb homes and things. They haven't been from hotels. So one of the other things that I've noticed is that tend not to get as cold of water. It just gets kind of like room temperature or something, not cold. And the cold water helps relieve or put off any irritation for me. So that also has some effect. But let's get moving. So if you follow the journals on the shaving cadre, you'll remember we're spending the weekend at the coast kind of for an art auction thing. So I thought I would explain that a little bit. So you know, on a cruise ship, those auctions that they've got, I think it's on almost all major cruise lines. I think except Disney. I think Disney does their own thing. So my wife and I decided kind of last minute-ish when our kids were gone for spring break that we would take a cruise to Mexico. I really wanted to take a cruise. I love being on a cruise. Sorry, I can tell the sink here is louder than at home. And we live in California, so of course all the major cruises are out of Florida or sometimes Galveston, but mostly Florida, East Coast ports. So just the cost of airfare there can double the cost of a vacation almost. So we were looking for something inexpensive that would get us on a cruise. So we did one to Mexico. And unfortunately it wasn't a very exciting cruise. You tend to get the smaller cruise ships that do the West Coast cruises. It wasn't a very exciting ship. It's kind of old, so kind of out of boredom, we decided to go to an art auction. Well, all I will say is that if you purchase enough art at one of those, you get invited to one of these. So it's actually pretty cool. I mean, we get, you arrive Thursday night, you get free room until Sunday. They feed you dinners, breakfasts, open bar, and then art-wise, they always invite 3 actual artists so that you can meet the artists, ask them questions about their work, hear their history, things like that. And that night, unfortunately, one of our girls has a play tonight, but tonight is after meeting the next artist is dinner, followed by casino night, which is a lot of fun. But the first time we came to one of these, we were invited a few times and just kept saying no because we were concerned it would be, you know, if they're spending that kind of money on you promotionally, they're going to put a lot of pressure on you to buy. But we thought, all right. A weekend worked out where, again, we didn't have the kids, and we thought, you know, for a free stay at the Ritz, we could be tough and just stick to our guns and not buy anything. And that actually worked until the last day, where the artist was Michael Goddard. I don't know if you know him. He's fairly popular, famous for painting like olives in martini glasses, that kind of thing. He's like a rock star of the art world kind of thing. But so he was telling his story, and part of it is that his daughter had cancer, and so one of his missions, and she did not survive, but he really appreciated all the care that she got. And, you know, thanks to doctors and nurses and all that, quite a bit. So we learned that from him the evening before when he was introduced, but then the last day, they were putting up some of his works, and one of the last things was an original painting of two big hearts, unlike any of the other stuff that he had done or shown. Excuse me. And you know, he told his story again, and then said that he paints the heart paintings as a fundraiser for St. Jude's Hospital, and his half of the profits go directly to St. Jude's. So you probably know I'm a nurse, but my background is as a pediatric nurse, and that just you know, tugged at the old heartstrings, and it was kind of like, don't care the cost, gotta have that one. So it ended up that once the bidding got up to a certain point, they just stop it and say at that point, anybody that wants an original of that painted for them can get one. I don't know. I think if it didn't get to that certain point, I don't know if they would offer that. But anyway, so we got that, and you know, kind of once you open the floodgates, like with razors or soaps or anything, you know, we've already purchased, so why not? So we got a couple more Goddards that day. And if you've ever seen pictures of our wine room at home, there's a Goddard with wine glasses in that room. So anyway, there's Lemon in trouble. So kind of just like on the ships, but at a different point, you spend enough on one of these, you get invited back. So again, we have to turn them down quite frequently because of the kids, but this weekend mostly worked out except for having to leave for the play. So here we are. So in terms of the shave, it was actually pretty decent. I think it might have probably a good call to bring the mild razor and mild blade. Not pushing yet. I've got a little bit of residual here. This is all BBS. I don't know if this is going to dry down to BBS. We're close. But depending what time we get back tonight, maybe I'll just do a cleanup shave tonight as well. So anyway, I'll be watching on the forum. Somebody should be winning bingo today, but I've thought that the last 2 or 3 days, but I think a lot of us are down to one number, so I almost think you should just call one number at a time. But anyway, there we go. Hope you all have a great day. It's Friday, so if you're at work, this is it, and I'll catch you on the forums.